I learned so much. First of all, don't use a GoPro. Unless you're doing what it's meant for, which is action filming. Bring a mic. Prepare interview questions. I mean, it was fun. Like, I had a good time. But I'm just, when it's, like, I know it's cool that, like, people like it, people tell me that it's good, but in my mind, I'm just really critical about it, and, like, I know that I can make a better one next time. So, yeah, I learned a lot, actually. Too much to really go through right now. Any more questions?
You interviewed me, like, before they went on tour, and so I could kind of see the process, and I think you were pretty vocal about having no idea what you were going to make of it when you were shooting.
Yeah.
And I guess, oh shit, now I lost track of my question. I guess I was, oh, okay, I remember, I'm back on track. I have many questions, but, okay. So what drew you to the bands, and I mean, you went on tour with them, so it was like that's like a dedication.
Yeah.
So is like, what inspired you to continue filming, and then what spoke to you to like bring you to make that movie?
So the whole process the editing process was definitely a struggle. I mean, I'll tell the whole story. Chelsea and I made like a music video together back in April, and she told me then, she was like, my band's going on tour in August, like, do you want to come make a documentary? I could not commit at the time, and then later, like right before they left, I was hanging out with Chuck. Where's Chuck? I was hanging out with Chuck, and he was like, dude, you should go on the tour, because they're going. And I happened to have time off from work, and the tour was within that time, so I just went, because I figured, why not? And I, like, nothing major really happened, like, everything went smoothly, which is not good fodder for a documentary. Usually, documentaries are about things that go bad. So, I have a lot of footage, and, like, I edited some things together that didn't end up in the movie, like, complete things that are not in the movie. And then, basically, the movie is, I realized that the movie is 11 days, and their second album is 11 tracks long. So, each day has a song, and it goes in order with that album. So the first song is the first track, or the first day is the first track. So I just went chronological, and I just picked the most interesting things to put in, because nothing huge happened. When the rainstorm happened, I was like, finally something. And so like, I tried to make that a little more dramatic. I mean, it was dramatic, but
I like a sleep song lined up with the Nashville day.
yeah,
Yeah.
Nashville was brutal.
I mean, like at the beginning, he goes, it's gonna be a long day. We had no idea.
Yeah.
I'm curious, a couple of different times you were talking about being a woman in that role of the lead person in the band, and you mentioned it when you were in Richmond with those other ladies who were singing, and that seemed like part of what you were kind of focusing on a little bit, or I'm not sure, but that was an interesting part. I would like to hear a little more about that.
Well, it's definitely an interesting aspect of, I guess, a band. Like when there's, see, I compare it. So one of my favorite bands is a band called Warpaint, and it's 4 women.
Yeah.
And when I describe that band, I say it's an all-girl band from LA. And then you realize, like, you shouldn't have to say that, right? But people say it. So I think that it's a relatively interesting angle. It's like women performers. But at the same time, I didn't want to leave these two out, because it's about the band. It's not just about Chelsea.
That's what the girls say too, that they're like, remember the 2 girls you interviewed, they're like, one of them was like, we didn't want to bring it up, but like, we kind of have to bring it up. It's like,
Yeah.
there's a girl in the band, like, we don't want to have to say it, but like, we want to say it because it's cool that if there's a girl, but at the same time, we don't want to make it a big deal because it's just a person, like.
And on the first day when I interviewed her, specifically about being a girl in a band, that was me wanting to know that. But then the thing in West Virginia where the sound guy didn't think she was in the band,
Yeah.
like that just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
So-
you already told him you weren't in the band, and then he asked you again.
She-
So then are you the guitar player?
Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
filming that, but she was in the room the whole time. He just didn't.
Well, you could
think she
tell
was in the
that
band.
Chelsea kind of was taken aback by that. I could tell that she was taken aback by that.
I'm actually pretty used to it, but
Yeah.
that I don't know, that situation was really weird.
Yeah.
But that guy was really weird.
That-
We don't have any film with that guy. That guy in particular.
Questions?
Actually, I have 3 questions, if I can ask 3.
Okay.
1, when is that gonna be public?
Public, when I get home. It'll be on my YouTube channel, which is JRock Ready. You can look it up if you want. What's next?
2, how much did the tour actually cost?
We spent about $1,900, which is pretty good over the course of 11 days, and with no pre-planned place to stay or anything like that, and no food. And we made very little money. Very little money. But that's total what we had spent, about
I
$1,900.
think a lot of it helped that Eric had friends,
Yeah.
3 different places. I think we had places to stay just because Eric has so many friends
Yeah.
down south. So.
I don't put it in the movie, but the part in Richmond with all those people outside the venue, those are all Eric's friends. I mean, it's kind of clear because they're all like hanging out there. But like Eric knew them and had them come to the show. Those weren't like random people. So yeah, I think it was DC, Richmond, maybe.
And
Oh, his mother in
in
Philadelphia.
Philly, yeah.
He put us up 3 times. So.
But also you had friends drive down to Asheville, but those are the friends we stayed with in DC.
Yeah.
The same
And
with
2
both.
friends in Nashville.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're very popular. Very popular.
Yeah, another one.
Yeah, and as a group, now I know you're not in the band, Jared, but as a group, did you learn anything through that whole experience?
Don't talk so much. That'll never stop though.
What did you learn, Eric?
I learned that without our Kickstarter, we would not have been able to do this tour.
Sure.
And I would have just ended up paying for the tour because I put everything on my credit card. And, luckily, we had enough money to pay me back, but yeah, without that, we couldn't have done the
Yeah,
tour.
we should say we did an online fundraiser. For,
Yeah, so
So-
thank you anybody that contributed to that because
Yeah.
we couldn't have done it without
Yeah.
that.
Andrew, what did you learn?
Amazing.
Andrew,
I have a talk, Dan.
Andrew, did you hate me filming you all the whole time?
This is a question for Eric.
Okay.
Where'd you get your shirts?
Where did I get my shirts?
Yeah, specifically the Girl
Yeah,
Scout one.
The Girl Scout one came from a weed festival in Maine, I think. But I didn't have toy-specific shirts. I actually realized this is one of the shirts I was wearing on tour. I just a collection of shirts that I've accumulated. But yeah, that one is a type of weed. I don't smoke weed, but I love Girl Scout cookies. So.
Did you have a question?
I just had a couple of comments. I mean, we talked a little bit about how it shouldn't be a big deal that we have a woman that is playing lead guitar in a band, but in my opinion, it kind of is a big deal because it's something that is kind of uncommon, and it's something that you're exceptional at. And I would think that would be inspirational to anybody else that might want to start playing guitar. So I don't think you should undersell that. And second of all, a few years ago, I used to photograph you guys a lot when we used to play locally. And I'm thinking back to the section of the movie talking about your stage presence. I have a lot of pictures of you, and I think that your facial expression is exactly the same in every one of them.
Yeah, I tried. I think it was in Philly. I tried to get Andrew riled up. There's more of that interview where I asked him if he likes playing drums. Not all of it was like usable, but I was really trying to get at him. We'd had a few drinks that night too.
Andrew's facial expression is a little better now because I make it a point every show to like stare at him instead of listening.
I usually give them triangle
Andrew
faces.
and Eric are being all
Oh,
triangle
yes.
faces. You like to demonstrate.
No,
You
no,
love
no,
to-
no.
Come
Has to be a
on.
You gotta come to a show. Come to
But
Philly Smile.
you do it secretly. I never even see
Oh,
it. How are
yes.
they gonna catch it?
I never caught it on film. It was elusive.
But you saw it.
I saw it,
Close
sure.
attention. So when Eric goes right at me and looks at me for about 10 seconds, and then I give him triangle face for like half a second.
Come on, guys.
And then-
Give it a grab. I tried it.
Next question.
The only other thing I will add is, I'm a musician too, and I don't particularly like to perform, so I'm probably not necessarily that interesting to watch on stage, but in my opinion, you express yourself with how you play, and I think that's more important.
Thank you.
I really like that part where you were singing with the guy with the Kobe one shirt on?
Yeah.
And I was wondering if you're gonna, when you go back next time, you might look him up, or he'll look you guys up, or.
Jared from,
We have done some research looking for him on Facebook, and
Yeah,
he's not a real person.
He told us his full name, and he showed me his license. Like, I saw his full name, and we can't find him anywhere on social
Yeah,
media.
we tried to get him to come on the tour with us. We were like, "Come with us."
He was like
He's like a character.
he was a really cool guy. I have a lot of footage of him that
Yeah.
night, but it's not in the movie.
That's interesting.
No, there's a select few people on the tour that I was like, it's too bad we don't live near you because I'd like to be friends with you. He was one of them. The two people at the end who in Brooklyn who couldn't say enough good things about people's skills. You mentioned Stanley Tucci. They were totally awesome. Like, I wish I could hang out with them again. I mean, it was.
Well,
Yeah,
if
we
you guys
met a
go
lot.
on tour again.
Yeah, we met a lot of interesting characters.
Yeah.
It was fun. Anything else? Yeah.
as a filmmaker, how do you feel about actually being on camera?
So actually, the part in chapter 2 where I am interviewed, I planned on doing that from the beginning. Because I'm putting the camera in their face, I wanted them to do it to me. I did not plan on doing it that early, but it came up. I think it would have been a little more effective if it was later in the movie. But I committed to having it be chronological, so I had to put it in chapter 2. I don't mind being on camera. I don't mind it really. Anything else? No? Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming, guys.
Thank you.
It means a lot.